This is James Held of iFilm London. I'm in Sheffield today. With me, I've got top Sheffield prospect Adam Etches, Adam the Bomber Etches. What's happening, Ad? You alright?
Alright, thanks, James. How are you?
I'm alright, thanks, pal. I've just been getting amongst it in Sheffield. I'm here for the Amir Khan fight, so I thought, who better to come and catch up with when top prospect and my old mate Adam Etches. So here we are.
Cheers, pal.
Could you just explain to me a little bit where we are today and what's going down?
Obviously, we're in Sheffield. We're at a place where I used to work way back before I started professional boxing. It's Niche nightclub in Sheffield, where I used to work. This is where most of the people from City know who I am. Is
that Niche nightclub there then, I take it?
Yeah, it's closed down now, but that's where I used to work, and it's, you know, it brings back good memories.
Yeah. So what was you doing there then? Was you like glass collecting? What was you doing there? What was you up to?
Everyone thought I was a glass collector because I was smallest doorman on job, but and youngest.
Yeah.
But I were actually working on door.
Yeah. I think you was a bit of a secret weapon for the doormen, weren't you, in the staff, right?
I don't know about that, but it brings back good memories being here. You know, it's where I started off from leaving school. It's a good place.
Yeah. Do you think you've got more tolerance then for people who've had a drink and want to come up and talk to you a bit more than maybe other boxers? Because if you're used to the nightclub scene and working as a doorman, you're going to get loads of that, aren't
you? Yeah, I suppose I have. I'm quite a tolerant,
yeah.
Tolerant person. Yeah. Just in general.
Yeah.
So, but I think maybe that has helped. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But obviously, sometimes when you've got drunk people coming up to you all the time, it's more it's an hindrance.
Yeah. What was it like growing up in Sheffield? Talk to me a little bit about what your childhood was like and
that. It's been good. I won't swap it for anything. I've grown up in Sheffield. Went to school in Sheffield, and I went to a secondary school in Dronfield. And during my childhood, I've always been involved in boxing or martial arts for as long as I can remember, and played a bit of football as well. But I've enjoyed all of my time, and I wouldn't change it for anything.
Yeah. You any good at football?
No.
You're honestly no good.
I played at a decent level.
Yeah.
Until I broke my leg.
Yeah.
And then I stopped. But I was never going to be good enough to make it as a footballer.
Yeah.
So I decided to take the hard route instead of being a boxer.
Boxing's much harder than football. You guys train so much. Football's train a lot, but you guys train to a different level, don't you?
It is hard. It is hard, but you get out of it what you put in. Yeah. So harder you train, more hopefully I'll get out of it. That's the plan anyway.
Who was your best friend growing up? Are you still mates with the boys you grew up with?
Scott's my best mate. He's away at the moment.
Scott Jenkins?
Yeah, Scott Jenkins. He's away at... Where's he gone? Spain he's gone.
Yeah.
He's the person who I grew up with, really. I met him from being about 10, 11 years old.
Yeah.
And then just went from there, really. I've been best pals with him ever since.
You and him kind of got a special bond. I can see you at shows when you're both headlining. I can see you both looking at each other and laughing at certain things throughout the night and cracking jokes amongst yourselves and that. Yeah,
Scott's a top lad, and it's good that he's doing the same thing as what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, he is a good lad, Scott.
Do you think normal people, I say normal people outside boxing that you're close to might not understand as much as Scott does what you go through every day and etc, etc?
I think it's hard for anyone to understand about boxing unless you've done it. I think it's hard for anyone to understand what it's like being a footballer until you've done it. You can't explain what it's like. And you've got all them people shouting your name, and you're dieting for a fight. It's just it's just mad, and I wouldn't change it for anything. But it's, you know, I love the sport. It's a great sport.
Yeah. Recently, you've won the IBF vacant youth middleweight title. Is that right?
Yeah.
I pronounce that right?
Yeah, IBF youth title. It were 2 weeks ago today. I won it actually.
I was there, wasn't it? At Ponds Forge.
Ponds Forge, yeah. Where that up to now, that's maybe like my best fight and my best memory in the sport up to yet. But you know, hopefully we'll have a few more.
I thought it was good, your last opposition. You stepped up in opposition a little bit. That Abramenko was a decent fighter. No disrespect to people like Kevin McCauley, who you fought before that, because he comes and has a go and that. But just thought he was a tough fella. It was good. It's good to see you mixing it up a little bit.
Yeah, you can't have easy fights all the time. It's all about getting the right fights at the right time, and that's my manager's job, Richard Poxon, to sort that out. But you know, he were a step up in class, and I was pretty pleased with how I dealt with him. You know, he'd never been stopped. He was a tough opponent. He'd done quite a few 12-rounders in his time. So it were a big step up for me, but you know, I think I did all right.
Let's come away from boxing a little bit now. What one food, while you're training for a fight, do you miss the most?
Honestly, James, I couldn't pick one.
Yeah.
There's all of them. All the stuff what you're not supposed to eat is what I miss.
Yeah.
But you've got to. It's either the food or the training, and
yeah.
I would pick the boxing any day over the food.
Yeah.
I mean, I know when I do finish boxing, I'll miss boxing more than what I will binging out on the food.
Yeah. Do you reckon you'll go really fat after boxing?
No, I don't think I will.
Yeah.
But you know, I think if you ask any boxer at my age that question, the ones that have turned fat, not mentioning any names, I think they'd have said same. I'm not going to get fat, but
yeah.
like it's another one of them things you can't explain it until you've been there.
Yeah.
Because when you've had all these years of dieting and training and missing out on all the good things in life, what
yeah.
normal people do, when it comes a time that you hang gloves up and you've retired, you might be inclined to just eat loads and drink loads. Which,
get on the Ferrero Rocher.
yeah, well, you can't fault that. If people want to do that, then that's fine.
Yeah. What was it like growing up? What was your life like growing up? Have you got any brothers and sisters then?
Yes, I've got a sister who's 18 on Monday, and my brother, he's a year below me, so he's 21.
Is he into boxing as well?
He was when he was younger, but he's like me, but he's a different character. He likes.
In what way?
He he likes his mates too much, and he likes going out and having a beer and just being a lad.
Yeah.
So getting up at 6 o'clock for a run for him is too much of a struggle.
Was there any time when growing up your discipline was tested? Where you had a choice of like a little crossroads or whatever?
Not really, to be honest, because when I was amateur, I was never a disciplined fighter. I used to train a couple of days a week, didn't put any effort in, didn't run, and didn't diet. I just used to play at it really, and I did. To be fair, I did quite well to say how much I didn't do, if you know what I mean. If
yeah.
with the dieting and going out with lads, having a drink and stuff, I was doing all that and still doing quite well. So I thought, if I did dedicate myself to it, then how well could I do? And up to now, everything seems to be falling into place.
Yeah. So your best natural attribute's your power. What do you reckon about
that? Yeah, I would say my power and my stubbornness. I won't take a backward step. But obviously that could also be a bad thing.
Yeah.
But you know, I've just got to keep improving, keep getting cute, and working on my boxing and my technique, and you know, just as long as I'm improving each time, my fights will be getting better, and I'll keep winning them.
A lot of people, a lot of your Twitter followers make a lot about how far you can go, notably what other prospects are in your way as well. I can see that quite a lot. Do you think about stuff like that?
Yeah, I think about it day in, day out, how far I can go. But, you know, it's all about getting right fights at right times. And my manager knows, and the team around me, I'm willing to fight anyone, anywhere, any place. But that's his job, Richard, to make sure that he makes the right decisions for me. But when the time comes, like I said, I don't mind fighting someone unbeaten. I don't mind fighting away from home, and then I don't mind it if odds are stacked against me. I genuinely believe if I'm 100% fit and my head's on it, I can beat any fighter.
What's your relationship with Richard Poxon like? In boxing, there's a bit of mixed opinions I see on Poxon. Some people get him, some people don't. What's he like to work with?
He's brilliant. I wouldn't swap Richard for anything. He's the person, really, as well as my trainers and a couple of other people. He's the main man that's got me to where I am. You know, he's getting me the right fights. He's got me the sponsors. He's looking after me. He's brilliant, Richard, and I wouldn't swap him for anything.
He's a funny man, and he's got a funny sense of humour.
Well, I don't know about what your sense of humour is like, but if you find him funny, then you must have got a sense of humour like him. That's all I can say.
I just get the odd funny tweet from him here and there. You know, what I mean? He's always giving it.
He is funny, Richard. He's
got a bit of banter.
He is a funny guy.
He is a funny guy. Let's talk football. I'm taking you're a Sheffield United fan.
Nope, I'm not a Sheffield United fan, and I'm not a Sheffield Wednesday fan. I'm a Sheffield fan.
Just Sheffield through and through.
I'm going to Bramall Lane today to watch match, but I'm not a Sheffield United fan. And neither am I a Sheffield Wednesday fan. I want them both to win. I want them both to do well.
You're a fan of the city?
I'm a fan of the city, that's it.
Yeah. That's a good answer. That's a very good answer. What else are you into then? What other hobbies do you do? Do you like a bit of fishing? Is that something you do, Ed?
Yeah, I love going fishing. It's just having time to get off and go and do it. Because with boxing, it takes over. But when you do have time off, it's always bloody raining or freezing cold, so I can't go.
Why does it always rain in Sheffield? This is the first time I've seen sun since I've been here in my 4th trip.
Look up there, it looks like it's about to chuck it down now. I don't know, that's all I ever seem to get rain, but I don't know. Sheffield, sunny Sheffield.
Sheffield. If you could say one sentence that sums Sheffield up, what would that be, mate?
Let me think. One sentence. I don't know.
Yeah. What are the people like then? The people of Sheffield.
They seem friendly. You know, I get on with everyone in Sheffield. There's no one in Sheffield that I don't get on with.
Yeah.
To be honest, there's no one who I don't get on with. But Sheffield's a good place, and for boxing especially, it's brilliant because they get right behind the fighters, they do. And wait, look, today Amir Khan is from Bolton, but he's fighting in Sheffield. Yeah. Sheffield's a big boxing city, and you know it's a good thing that I'm from Sheffield, I think.
Do you feel pressure with the amount of top talent that Sheffield's produced over the years, and they're due another run of talent, and yourself now seems to be kind of at the top of that? Do you feel a bit of pressure?
I don't think pressure's the right word, but I just want to do well for my own sake.
Yeah.
You know, and for everyone else. I want to make my mum and dad proud, and people who are involved with me, Richard and my trainer and everyone. I want to do the city proud. When you mention the word Sheffield, it'd be nice for people to automatically think of your name, you know, as they do Jessica Ennis or someone like that. they're big people, and they've done our city proud.
Last thing I want to talk to you about now. We're outside the Nice nightclub, where before you started your professional career, you used to work as a doorman. How good does it feel now not to have to Saturday night go and work the doors for a living? You've got your sponsor. You're going to where you want to go and achieve your targets. Talk to me about that.
Again, you know, I'll be honest with you. I do miss doing it, because it were a good laugh. We used to have a massive laugh, but you know that weren't going to last forever, and neither is the boxing. But the boxing is definitely a better career path, and come fight night, I'm more buzzing about fight night as I am turning up to work. So, you know, I'm glad, like you say, I'm glad I don't have to go to work anymore, even though I do still miss it a bit.
Yeah. If I offered you a fight with Chris Eubank Jr. tomorrow, would you take it?
Look, James, you don't need to ask me that question.
I know what the answer is, but I just want to make sure that I, from London viewers, know.
I think everybody knows I would fight Chris Eubank Jr. Whenever, wherever. It's just up to my manager and his manager and whoever else to whether the fight's going to happen or not. But I would fight Chris Eubank Jr.
Do you dislike Chris Eubank Jr. as a person?
I don't dislike anyone. You know, it's just sport, isn't it? He's a good fighter. Yeah. I'm a good fighter, and everyone says, "Oh, he'd be a good fight," and I think I could beat him. But there's other kids out there who I think I could beat as well. But I'm not one to go around calling people out, because that's just, you know, it's just, there's no need for it, is there? You can only beat who's put in front of you.
Yeah.
But my name, just for some reason or another, seems to get mentioned with Chris Eubank Jr. all the time. So when people ask me, do you think you could beat him? If I said no, then I shouldn't be doing the sport. I'm pretty sure he probably thinks he could beat me.
Yeah. Alright, well listen, Dad, it's been great having you here and having a little chat with you in Sheffield. I really appreciate it, because with the post-fight interviews we get like 4 or 5 minutes to talk, and it's based on what's happened on that event. So it's good just for your fans and for us from London just to get to know you a little bit more, because I've no doubt you're going to do big things in your life. So I want to thank you for giving us from London a little bit of your time, mate.
Well, fingers crossed. Anyway, that's the plan, and I just like to thank everyone for watching this video and staying tuned to iFilm London.
Top man. This is James Helder in Sheffield with Adam the Bomber Etches for iFilm London. Thank you very much.